bowl of pho.
Oh, lucky.
This giant bowl was only like $9.
Aaron's mad at me because I ate already.
Mm-hmm.
My problem was usually I get chicken, so it's already cooked and you just throw it in, the soup heats it up. They decided to put beef so it was all raw, and I'm like, I don't know if this is hot enough to do that, and I don't have enough time to cook the beef ahead of time, so no meat in this pho. Let's go.
Alrighty. Well,
I don't know. If you're boiling it, it'd probably be fine.
I can't hear
I'm
you.
not really sure what pho is.
Mad at me because I tried to eat.
Well, yeah, but I can't boil it. They went out to eat the pho and then brought it back before they went to go drop my nephews off.
Gotcha.
So I have no idea how cool it's gotten since then.
We could always crack like eggs in there.
It's too late now. I've been up here for like 10 minutes.
Yeah. Ah, well.
Why do my party wipe notifications never come up when we're live?
I don't
They never
know,
do.
Naito. I don't know.
Because you did the forbidden thing like me way back in the day, and you put the notifications on mute, and when you unmuted it, it never unmuted.
No, I don't mute my notifications on Twitch. One, because the only reason I don't is because I don't know how to.
I just have to live with it constantly.
The notifications on Twitch are just late. That's all.
Yeah, the Twitch ones are always a little slow. But anyways, hello everyone. We are live. It's us. We're here. Minus one envy. But everyone else is here. I'm a little sleepy, so my energy is minimal. But that's fine. We're here. We're all going to die. Because Shane has learned to not pull his punches and gave us a dragon to fight. And by dragon, I mean giant. Those are the same thing when you really think about it. Anyhoodle, I'm Rin. I will be playing Lorien, an ASMR paladin. Who's next on character introductions?
That's me. I'm Jordan, the ASMR cleric.
And next is Shay. Who are you? Who you playing?
I'm Shay, and I'm playing Ghost Rock the Fighter Minotaur.
Envy the
Good old cowboy.
Envy the something warlock monk is not here, which means last but never least is Frost.
It's always least asterisks.
Never.
Play
Never
Algerwick.
Participation trophy. Algerwick.
Honorable mention goes to. Play Algerwick, the Dragonborn, the Gemstone Dragonborn Bard.
Bard.
And
Who will
of
be
course-
shortly dying.
Of course, our didgeridoo.
Yeah, didgeridoo master. DM. What else does it stand for?
Exactly.
Wait, that's an actual instrument, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Didgeridoo is an actual instrument, yes. It is the big hollow stick that you blow into and tap.
That sounded all sorts of wrong, but I'm here for it.
Yeah, no. You grab
It's that thing that sounds like
You grab a big black stick, you put your mouth around it, and you hold on to both sides, and after a little while, a wonderful sound comes out.
There is a very, specific way you're meant to hold it so it produces the right sound, and you gotta blow it just right.
Yeah.
It is actually very, very difficult to do it just right.
there's feet involved if it's too big. It's a process.
There actually are, yeah.
Some people just prefer using the feet.
Yeah.
Oh my god, there's a video called Didgeridoo Duet. And it's just two guys having their giant didgeridoos on a stand, and they're just kind of swaying them back and forth, and of course they are in fact slapping them. So there you go.
Yeah, yes. Polish down some sticks and clack them with them, and it makes a very nice sound.
I mean, I'm sure if it's just a hollow stick, tapping them will make a good like thumping sound.
Yeah, probably a really good resonance.
But you gotta polish it too.
Any hoodle, puns aside.
This instrument was just designed for the worst fucking. Goddamn.
Someone was like, "You want to hear a joke? I'm gonna do this, and we'll see how many people buy it."
Or the best if you're not a coward. Any hoodle, take us away. Let's roll.
Yeah, now that we've pissed off all the Aboriginals.
That's okay. I don't get any of them on the analytics. If there are any Aboriginals listening, we do apologize, and I will forward you Shane's address.
Yeah, that's fair. Anyhow, last time on our adventure, you guys went and raided a little garrison, or a little camp, after negotiations weren't necessarily amazing.
They were aggressive negotiations.
They fought well, but then rolled a natural 1 about 4 times on their big bloke's fucking halberd, so you guys wiped him up with ease. And then decided to turn around and come home. During your travels, you got into contact with Talon and his underling that is named the Oracle. And basically said, we've found a couple of people, we're heading back, mobilize some friends, yada yada. Along the way, however, a blizzard cascaded from the mountain and started savaging the northern area, the northern wastes, the northern forest rather. Under the cover of said blizzard, did you guys stumble into a frost giant that had descended the mountain to hunt and raid and pillage and have his fill? For why farm when you can just go and kill things? Now, when we left last week, I believe Guzrock had just broken cover, running out to try and cause the distraction because he knew his friends were in a bad shape, in a bad way. And he wanted to do the noble thing. He bursts from cover and has about an 80-yard gap. The giant shouts and bellows, and that's when everyone else has time to react or hide or do whatever you might want to do.
Jordan is gonna grab Lorian's shoulder. Do you trust me?
With my life.
Good. Don't follow me. Make sure everybody is safe. And she's gonna shoot up into the sky, and activate her mace.
Quick question, mechanical question, DM. I had dashed before, so I'm a distance away from them, correct?
Actually, yeah, you would be. So you'd be more like...
And the giant...
You'd be on the edge of the map that I fucking knew I drew too short, so yeah, you'd be over there.
And the giant would be, like, right behind me?
I was saying he was investigating your friends, so...
He was looking in before you ran off.
Yeah, it was around here, and I think you broke off in the opposite direction to try and get his attention and draw him away, or at least that's how I imagined it.
I would have been moving away, so if I was hiding, like, here, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 5, 10...
Or, like, you could have, like, technically ran in that direction, I suppose.
Yeah, I'd probably be going about there and getting him to chase me.
Yeah, that's exactly where you'd go. I like it. Alrighty, Guzrock runs off into one direction. Jordan flies off into the air, surrounded by lights, twirling her mace. What does everyone else do in their free action? For shit gets fucky, as it were.
So my understanding is to not follow you?
Yes.
Okay. Then I have to wait, because if I try and get to the others, I'm gonna be spotted.
It could safely be said that you're, like, more snugly up against that rock.
No, that's fine. But I just mean I can't move until it starts to not be within immediate line of sight of somebody in heavy armor trying to dash across the snow.
Thud, thud, thud.
Yeah, that's fair. Eldroic, I believe you were playing with lights. Do you still want to do that?
No.
I like it. Said with such confidence.
Oh no, I was using prestidigitation to make the blowing wind like just a really awful fart to try and get him to leave.
Yeah.
Just a delightful fart.
Anyhow, that brings us to initiative, if you will. Things are going well.
Things are getting spicy.
How do I roll disadvantage on initiative?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. I would just roll it twice, because
Okay.
because then you can manually change it.
Alright.
Well, the most recent one took over anyway,
Yeah.
so that worked well.
Depending on what the roll is, if it's higher, it'll like Aldruic. Oh, yours rolled twice.
0.
Yeah, we're the like the one stat thing in the middle of your setting bar is you can put initiative, always roll advantage.
I rolled the same thing twice,
So did Aldruic.
and it's 0.
Alrighty.
How do you roll
So-
a 5 plus 5? Oh, 5 plus 5 is 10.
I don't know why it's like
There's
that.
a 5. 5.
Oh,
Okay,
so
I don't
yours,
know. It's
yours should
weird.
actually be 6 then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes,
That's
because
weird.
it would be a 1 plus the 5.
I got it.
Yeah.
Fixed. Okay, gang. This is gonna be fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Alrighty. 2 targets on the board. Frost Giant. Doesn't know how to react. One's running one way, the other one's flying up into the sky. Is going to angrily throw a rock at Jordan.
Hey,
Oh my fucking
Yeah?
lord.
I mean, the rock is gonna hit. I mean,
Oh,
I'm a
shit.
glowing light.
So I'm gonna play a Rune Knight this time.
You flew. Well, I don't have interception on this character. Never mind. That's Thursday.
Yep. Guzrock's gonna look back and see this and just grunt and shake his head and draw his weapon.
Even with disadvantage for being out of range, which you probably aren't, I don't know how to calculate angles. That's gonna hit, and it's going to fucking hurt.
Yeah, that's gonna hurt.
Whew, Nelly! 51 damage.
Yeah, I'm down.
Okay. Can I make a roll to catch her? Try and reduce
Yes,
some
you
of that falling
can.
damage. Alright. I'm assuming athletics.
Yeah, give me an athletics.
18.
You catch her and cradle her fall. She doesn't take more damage as she lands. Good on you.
I'm gonna just kind of look and be like, well, I did trust you, but what was the plan there?
And with that fucking fly over there swatted, the Frost Giant is going to run towards Guzrock, the only other target he can currently see. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't think I counted correctly, but that's alright. Jordan, death save.
Your plan is still technically working. He's going after you. die, don't die, don't die.
Sorry, I'm just responding to a slew of cheeky DMs. Lorian, you just jumped out and caught Jordan. She had a plan, but that seemingly either went tits up or went perfectly. You're not sure which.
Oh, I didn't see her roll. Got it.
Because
Yeah,
you didn't see me roll.
No, that's fine. I didn't see it, so I didn't even know her turn was over. All
Yeah,
right. Well, let's go ahead and put an end to that. Lay on hands. How much would you like? Do you want just a little bit to pop you up? Because I know you're a life cleric. Or do you
Whatever you want.
Or do you want me to put a good amount to keep it safe?
Do just a little bit.
All right, I'll put 10 into you.
Can I ask a question?
You can.
You already did, so that was your only one.
What is safe when they can do 50-something damage with a boulder?
I know. That was what I was gonna say. I was like, I'm putting 10 in, which is kind of a moot point where they can just smash you with a 40-10 attack.
Well, yeah, technically his max damage is
10 on that boulder. His base damage or minimum damage.
His max damage is 92.
All right, so
whatever health can get you to a point where you don't die instantly from an attack that deals 92 damage.
That's not gonna happen, so just give me 10.
Be Guzrock and take that. You might not die horribly if you also have
10. All right, so fuck. Okay, we are just gonna hunker down still because I don't want to ruin what Guzrock is doing, and I just watched you get pasted out of the sky. Fuck. I could fear it though.
How frequently can you fear? Assuming that is your ASMR talent, yeah.
No, it's my Oathbreaker talent. It's Channel Divinity.
Oh. Yeah, neat.
I can't do it now because that's an action to do, which so is Lay on Hands. I think. Yes, as an action. So, I've already done my action. Let me set up a bonus action so that my turn is optimized while I stand here. Or kneel here, not doing anything. I'm going to cast Zone of Truth. No.
Why are you here? To eat! Okay.
Bonus action 60 feet. Ooh, okay. Shield of Faith on Guzrock. There you go. That should still reach.
You'd have to
Oh, no.
start. Oh, no, it does. Yeah, nice.
Just perfectly. Thank you for not being too far, hun. You have Shield of Faith on.
Oh, thank you.
That should help? Question mark. If he doesn't keep rolling nat 20s. That's me.
Alrighty. Eldruic Jordan just darted into the sky, twirling her magical lights, leaving a wonderful trail, and then she ate shit by a perfectly placed boulder.
Yep, that sucks. Oh, let's see. Invisibility. See you later, sucks.
That is a very suitable response.
I'm not invested in this at all. Bye.
Like, I have a little investment, but mostly because Guzrock has my fireball throwing dragon head. I'm just a fake dragon. I just yell at people's brains. Okay, Cloak of Billowing. Is that a action or bonus action?
Cloak of Billowing, I think, is a free action. But let me have
Excellent.
a look.
I will have the cloak start billowing, and I am going to cast. Let me see if this has an upcast. Don't see one, but that's fine.
Oh, you gotta shrink him down.
Yep, I'm gonna make his ass tiny.
Beautiful.
I like it.
Oh no, it's a con save.
Okay, he has a 30% chance to fail. That's not necessarily horrible.
I mean, you're not wrong. I'll take it.
There
Just a little chance.
Just a little chance.
Unfortunately, your magic doesn't take hold of the giant creature. He has a lot of cells and mass, and it's hard to target at all. But his sights are squarely focused on the big cow.
Well,
Anything
that's
else,
all I've
Aldroic?
got. I've already used up all 3 bardic inspirations in that last fight, so have fun, everybody.
Guzrock! It seems your noble sacrifice was a little bit tarnished, as Jordan had her own plan. But she then ate shit, so it still might be on you.
It was a valiant effort, but yeah, Guzrock's gonna turn, and he's gonna just to keep its attention, he's gonna hurl a hand axe, and then another hand axe for good measure. Double hand axes. 10, 9. Nope.
They more or less bounce off its patchwork armor. This beast has shrouded itself in skulls and bones and little bits of pillaged walls and shields that it's found along its days. Unfortunately, your hand axes do not pierce.
Fight back.
And then he just shouts in abyssal, "Come at me, son of Kotochi!" And we'll turn and run another 30 feet. You can extend the map if you want.
Yes, I was about to do that. Oh, I was about to break the map horribly to see if it worked.
Bigger, longer, uncut. Message.
There you go. Just imagine there's trees and stuff over there.
5, 10, 15. Ah, tree! 20, 25, 30, I think. Wait, 1, 2. Yeah, right there. Did I count right?
And Guzrock, why don't you roll me a D100? I'm not sure what how relevant Abyssal would be to a giant, but if you roll really high, then he understands it.
It depends. If he's a worshipper of Kotochi, then he probably speaks Abyssal. If he's a worshipper of the Ice Giant God, then probably not. Or I don't know, maybe. 96.
Yeah, you're not sure if he actually understood it, or it's just like a warrior's challenge? You're big and imposing, and he wants some of that fucking tasty ass.
I am pretty thick.
That beef flank.
The snack-sized beef bite is yelling at me. Anything else?
That's all I've got.
Yes, I like it. And conveniently, he is exactly in dash range. He's not going to dick around with any of those pointy boulders. They're effective against flies, but you require the taste of his axe. He's going to bellow and charge at you. But that's all he does, because that takes all of his actions. Jordan! The last thing you remember was, flying into the air, and then you looked down and something was coming, and now you're on the ground, being cradled by Lorien.
That's okay.
And in immense pain.
It's not done yet. I'm going to use my bonus action to healing word myself.
Yeah, that's some
And
tasty
I'm
beer.
gonna do much the same thing I just did. All bright and shiny. I'm gonna fly up into the air about 20 feet. And, banging my shield, I'm gonna dash forward, trying to get his attention. So 40 feet that I can move. But sure, we'll go there. Banging my shield, trying to get his attention.
Yeah, why don't you give me an intimidation roll, please? Or performance, I suppose. One or the other.
It's the same, I think. Yeah, it's the same. 9.
Yes. You're clattering and making a decent bit of noise, but this beast is squarely focused on the challenger ahead of him. Anything else?
I use my action, my bonus action, and my movement.
Crying is a free action, just remember that.
I'm not crying. Are you crying?
Lorian, I'll pass that question on to you.
Only a little. Oh god. So I did trust her, and then I saw her get knocked out of the air almost immediately.
Yes. And now she's darted back out of cover, making a hefty noise.
Yeah. So now I have to do something about it. Sorry, Guzrock. All right. I'm gonna pop wings. You know, zoom out there. Which one do I want today? Radiant consumption. What does consumption do at the end of the turn? Creature. I have my little loaded up. In addition, deal extra radiant damage. Oh, that's actually neat. I'll put up radiant consumption this time. So there's that one. Basically, I just have a pain aura around me. Pain.
Oh, I like it.
It does radiant damage. And that one can still fly, right?
I can't help but think you've already used your flight, unless it's more than once.
We did not. We were about to, and then we ended the session last week. Because we were both gonna pop wings together, and then Ren was like, "Oh, it's time to end."
Didn't you pop wings to get over the palisade at the?
Did we not have a long rest?
I don't think so.
I know we pushed through the night, but did we not stop and rest? If we didn't stop and rest, then I don't have it back.
I don't recall doing anything more than a short rest.
Okay, then I don't have it. So let's do this instead. 5 and 15, 20, 30. Is this difficult terrain or anything because of the snow?
It is a blizzard, so it technically should be, but you guys are already in a shit situation, so I'm gonna say no. Plus, then I'd have to learn blizzard rules.
45, 50, 55, 60. Let me tell you, they're not fun. Alright. I push out ahead of
yes.
Jordan, seeing that she got knocked out, so... yeah. Well, I'm gonna just kind of get behind him. I'm not gonna make any sound yet. I'm hoping he's still going to be focused on Guzrock, but I also am not a quiet character. So that's your discretion if he hears me coming.
It's also a blizzard, which is pretty fucking
sound. Yeah. Okay. But there you go. I'm gonna continue along.
Yeah. Yeah. Before that happens, I have to really quickly look at some spells and work out how they work.
Everyone dies.
Envy out of nowhere with the RKO. Just a steel chair as another giant enters the ring.
Man, that's fucking sweet. Yeah, sweet. Something flies from the sky from an unknown point and lights up the blizzard in a presumably colorful flash. And strikes the frost giant for 2d6 fire damage. Oh. Unless I misread it, because someone is messaging me saying otherwise. Okay, that makes more sense. Yes. 2 objects fly from the sky, lighting up the cascading winds, and strike into the frost giant, dealing a lot of fire damage. It roars angrily. He doesn't have a vulnerability to fire. No matter! He has... someone has drawn first blood, and it is... Well, not... Besides the giant. And it was not one of you guys.
Here comes Gandalf stealing our Balrog kill.
Alrighty. Aldruic! It seems someone else is joining the fray, and everyone else is running out of range. Or rather, the entire fight is moving out of range.
I'm like, wait a minute. Oh shit, yeah, shall he just sees the like foot like, hey, wait a minute. Wait, 60. There we go. Because I know it's like 120 for Vicious Mockery, so he's like, where are you going, coward? I'm not done getting my ass kicked.
I like it. Oh. He has proficiency on wisdom saves. But why? And charisma saves. That doesn't make sense.
I was gonna say wisdom maybe because giant like wisdom and constitution or something, but like charisma?
No, he has con, wisdom, and charisma. That seems like cheating to me, Mr. Giant.
Get him to take that helmet off and he is fucking hot.
Just canceled Squidward underneath.
Yeah, there's like 10 feet of golden blonde hair underneath that hat.
Fucking earth. The beard is purely grey for the wisdom factor. The hair is luscious gold. But that won't save him from being viciously mocked.
Enjoy your 6 damage and disadvantage at your next boulder, asshole. Double crit. Fuck!
Suggesting he's going to use the boulder. Anything else?
Let's see, that was my... do not have any extra things, so that is it for me.
Guzrock! Something magical struck the giant before you and it exploded in a powerful burst of fire. You have assistance. Lorien is also on their way. You can see them between the giant's legs. When their loincloth slaps either direction.
They can't see her through all of that. It's a long winkle dankle.
Yeah, the beard doesn't stop at the face, guys.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know what's going on at this point, so Guzrock's just gonna square up at this point. Look back to Lorien and Jordan running up and is like, why aren't you running? And it's gonna attack. 14?
I was so close to getting you a critical.
Almost. It's almost a good hit, but the raggedy nature of his armor makes finding a nice spot to hack into the joints difficult. As you just miss.
14.
Oh, lucky. You don't have anything to force advantage, do you, Mr. Samurai, all of a sudden?
No, but, Reldane, extra attack. 20.
There you go.
Yeah, that's better. The first two clatter off his armor. The third, however, cracks a shield that he's been using as a makeshift scale mail.
And I drop the axe.
Yes. But you deal the creature a decent blow first. Anything else?
I'm just gonna be ready to lock horns with his horns. And, just prepare myself for getting a walloping.
Thankfully.
Yeah, just mentally prepare. As you were quite effective with your great axe, but now it's his turn to play with his. He rings it back and attacks with disadvantage for the first attack. 14 to hit.
Aha.
Yes.
And attacks regularly with the second.
18 just hits.
With the armor? Or with my shield?
Yep, just hits.
Okay.
Unfortunate. As he deals a pretty hefty blow.
Alright, temporaries are gone. And...
And giants aren't actually, like, that silly either.
No, they're very serious people.
I meant just purely from an intellect standpoint. So, he saw that you were trying to retreat and is going to try and block the path away. And more or less move out of flank range.
Yeah.
Jordan! Gazrock has given up their plan and has engaged the enemy.
Well, he moved, so I can't do what I was
Hey, wait.
gonna do.
Something happens real quick, sorry. Alright. DC, hey, 16, yes, nice. Fantastic. Privately roll it. Or whisper me.
Whisper you what?
Never you mind, young lady.
Just say hi, I'm lonely.
Alrighty. From amongst the veil of... from amongst the veil of the blizzard, two more projectiles clatter down into the giant and blast it for a decent chunk of fire damage, exploding on impact. Followed by something else for even more damage. This unknown assailant is actually doing a lot of work.
Oh man, it's gonna be the crazy wizard we're getting bailed out by.
We killed him.
Oh,
Yeah,
see, I wasn't there for that.
The other crazy wizard, the what's his face.
Yeah. Pagan guy.
Radimus Tingle.
The only
It's fucking
thing I
Radimus.
was gonna say, the only thing I know him by. What's his name? I don't know, but he may has pegs, so that's all I can remember.
Captain Peggermiser.
Radimus goes like, you've been duped, these other guys are bad.
Hey, I have more pegs. I need you to put. Holy shit, a giant.
I was a good guy all along.
Double plot twist. I have an evil twin.
Oh, that's funny. Possibly. Alright. Suddenly, as a bolt of power strikes into this giant, he changes and becomes green.
What?
He went from a cooling blue texture to a sickly looking green. He now looks like a very big orc.
The fuck is happening?
I wish we knew.
Oh no, meat
Okay.
on the menu, boy.
Sorry for the interruption, Jordan.
Forward. Wrong button. $30 Sweet. Awesome. Awesome. I'm gonna bonus action, healing word, Guzrock. For 12 healing. And then I'm gonna use my action to, pull the dead.
Yeah, I like it. What's that, a wisdom save?
No, it's not a save. It misses anyways. 13. Oh, it is a wisdom save.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Sorry. I thought it was a to hit. Sorry.
Unfortunately, he just makes his save.
A nice chunk of damage, though.
Unfortunate. Anything else? Although
That's my turn.
All your actions.
That's my turn.
Lorian, you are almost within range of the giant.
Almost. Wonderful. Alright, I'll spend another turn running. Get over here. That's me.
Alrighty. Aldruic! The battle is still over yonder. He's on the phone, never mind. I was about to scold him. I don't think he has anything much in the way of buffs that would reach Guzrock, so you can have your turn first. I'll just make sure he goes before the Frost Giant. Guzrock!
Okey-dokey.
You have flank.
Now he's measuring it to Guzrock. God damn it, Frost!
Is it... You can go, if he's here.
He's off the phone!
Sorry, it was just random out of nowhere call. Oh, let's see. Okay, fine. I will redo an earlier thing, but level the playing field and swell up Guzrock.
Fantastic.
Oh wait, I have to move closer. That's 30 feet. Right there. Yeah. Oh no, I can't get to him. Okay.
Double
New
be close enough
plan.
right before it dies on the next turn.
Yeah. Dang it, Bane's 30 feet too? Shit, this sucks. It's okay. Vicious Mockery again, I guess, because I can't do anything else.
Yeah, I like it.
Something about him looking like a worse orc.
Got
At
him.
least Blackhand had the integrity to die, asshole. I don't know. I
Like,
can't
"Get
remember WoW
fucked,
lore. I cast it from my
idiot."
memory. Yeah, he takes a bit of damage.
And that's all I can do for now.
Guzrock!
Is picking up a weapon my action?
I really should have made better rules for this when I made Rodan. I'll call it your movement action.
Okay, I'll spend my movement to grab it then.
Or a bonus action, I guess.
Ah! 25.
Yep, that hits.
Ah! 22.
So does that.
12 and 17 damage.
Yeah, very nice hit.
You know what? Real dang, extra attack. 24.
Yes, even better.
I'm helping.
And I keep the axe.
You know, when you got extra attack, I told you that Reldane, you've just caught up to Reldane, right? It doesn't work beyond that.
Oh! Okay, never mind. Disregard the third one then.
It's alright. We've been doing it this way for the last three encounters or so.
I mean,
yeah.
if it's not supposed to be done that way, I won't do it.
I'll allow it this time, but from henceforth, just let it be known.
Oh my god,
All right.
so big.
Guzrock being... wait a minute. No, that spell didn't go off.
No, wait, we didn't. Hang on.
In that case,
wait, yeah,
would have taken...
Yeah, disregard this wall damage, sorry.
Yeah, so he would have taken an 8 less.
70, yeah. My bad.
Well, you still dealt some pretty fucking meaty hits. And the giant is looking rather worse for wear. He is going to try and devote all of his effort into taking down the angry cow.
Move.
First attack with disadvantage.
Oh
10.
my god!
Second attack with regular. 15. Fucking.
I feel like there's like just a huge swing and Guzrock's like too slow to dodge it and it just like hits next to him just because like something got in this giant's eye.
Also Sentinel.
Yeah, sure.
I'm here too.
Double disadvantage. Get wrecked, nerd.
15?
That just hits.
Alright, well, I got a good feeling about this, so I'm gonna pump a smite into it. For an extra 11. 26 altogether.
Yeah, that's some tasty damage. Now, our unnamed savior, come and kill still. Well, that is possibly unfortunate, unless... A bolt of chaos energy flies wide and misses the injured-looking giant. But 2 minute minotaurs clatters against his face, and one landing in his chest, exploding
My
and
brothers!
killing the giant violently.
I'm sorry, I heard minotaurs.
Minute minotaur. Yes, I did say that, didn't I?
You did, my dude.
Minute meteors.
Mini-tars. There's normal-sized bull people. They're just like, hey, what's up, guys? I learned magic.
And then explode.
But the explosion of these projectiles caused the giant to stagger backwards, taking a few steps before collapsing over dead. Lorian, give me a dex save to avoid falling, getting crushed underneath.
Boy, wouldn't that be hilarious. This thing I have disadvantage on now because I'm exhausted.
It's a
wrong
save,
deck. Yeah, wrong save.
not an ability check.
Or wrong exhaustion.
Wrong exhaustion.
Yes.
20.
Either way, it's a 20.
Either way, it's a 20.
He stumbles this way instead and falls over dead. Well done, guys. With the assistance of an unknown assistant,
Is that what
you
we're calling it?
overcome. Yes, you've overcome a powerful individual.
We did it. We need sleep bad.
And then this is when we go, it looks like our work here is done, and whoever this mysterious person is goes, but you didn't do anything, and we walk away.
Flourish the cloak tuxedo mask style as we leave.
Yep. I'm gonna climb on top of him, and I'm just gonna stab my sword down into his back. Make sure he's dead.
Yes, he is thoroughly dead. He is
sword
laying
do
on the
anything
ground,
cool?
his sickly ichor spilling over the snow.
Yeah, we gotta make sure he's dead. Aldrich says he kind of like jams it in.
just right into the side. Gotta make sure he's dead.
Oh no, it's like Atreus from the God of War game where he's just like, even though he's already dead, like, got you. Drink the blood. Drink it.
That could have gone so bad if he hit.
Oh, yeah. Hey, what are you talking about? He dealt 51 damage in one turn.
I know.
It's true.
Hey, he didn't deal damage. Gravity and a boulder dealt damage.
True.
That's true.
Kinetic force dealt damage.
51 damage wouldn't knock me out.
Newton took care of that. I don't know what these laws of physics are, but they're bullshit, and I'm not following them.
Alrighty. You guys have just laid low a powerful foe. What now?
The hell was all that fire coming from?
Because I was gonna sit in the snow.
See what happens when you want to travel straight through the night?
Should have run. Would have been safer.
I mean, then you could have been the one with the boulder problem, and then no one could have been there to help you.
No.
Just gonna let you sacrifice yourself. Not the kind of people Lorian and I are.
Exactly. Then who's going to run your restaurant? Envy? We're going to be eating more people than usual there. It's going to be weird.
As you say that, Envy probably comes along, like running up. Oh, well done, guys. Boy, I really put in the work for that one, didn't I?
Wait, were you the one throwing fireballs?
Yeah, that was impressive.
Yeah, that was me.
Insight check.
I was going to say,
Yes, Rakdos blesses us with powerful fire.
I believe you.
she does have a fire whip.
And fire.
Aldrich is like,
Yes, you believe her. Them, sorry.
yeah, I mean... Rakdos is kind of cool, guys. Some very angry wizard up like, who the fuck is Rakdos? I'm gonna change my name to that.
As far as everyone can tell, Envy was the spell slinger that rained death and chaos down upon the enemy.
I mean, it checks out.
I would question it because the flames came from a different direction than you. But you got a trustworthy face, so...
Jordan would have come out of the sky because it's been a minute.
Well, you see, when you hurl spells, they're affected by gravity, so I had to hurl them up from all the way back there, and naturally they arced. And that's
Jordan
when they
walks
clashed
away.
into the...
Alright, whoever's there, you can come out. Unfortunately, the Chaos Bolt came from a totally different direction, Envy.
The one that passed.
They do sound very
I didn't
convincing.
I didn't need to check. I was standing right next to him when they shot it.
Well, just because it came from behind you rather than ahead of you.
That would also tell me that she's full of shit.
The pegging maybe
I
did weird
think,
things to
just-
gravity.
The Envy opening their mouth gives me the indication that there is...
I mean, yes.
Guess they're not going to come out.
It's really fucking cold out here, and I don't want to stay in a blizzard all night.
Sorry, I was trying to catch up on messages. Yeah. Envy may have to become better at lying because suddenly someone appears. Assuming I interpreted that message correctly.
Guzrock and Aldric jaws hit the ground.
Yes. Why don't you tell us about what the assistant has been looks like? What do they do when they appear? Do they appear in a flourish?
Yes they do. They just kind of, apparate, and they're just a tiny little pixie with what feels like comforting warmth just kind of emanating from them. They just give a little bow.
That was unexpected.
Well, hello there.
Big things come in small packages.
That's usually what you tell me.
Yep.
There you go.
Aldric's like, hey.
Jordan just like raises her eyebrows.
You look like you
Well.
need help.
I mean, you pretty much had it under control.
No, I'd be dead if I didn't. If you guys weren't there.
And I'm pretty sure we all would be dead if you weren't.
I mean, well, a knight's gotta help, right?
You're a knight?
Yes, I am.
Let me just...
Yeah, I guess I'll get off the giant since my sword isn't doing anything still.
To
Unfortunately.
evil cursed blade,
Yeah,
and
very
people
unfortunate.
super disappointed in our recent turn of events of not evil happening.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's a pleasure to meet you, and thank you.
You may call me Sir Azalea.
Sarah Azalea, thank you for your assistance.
You're very welcome. I don't suppose you've seen the summer.
Nope, it's winter time.
I'm trying to find out who stole the summer.
I think we're in the wrong adventure path for that.
Well, isn't it supposed to be the snow here is super unusual, so...
Oh,
Maybe
But it's
they were-
still wintertime.
Is it? What if it's spring and we just don't know anymore?
calendars could be a myth, that's true.
Yes, we completely rewrote the calendar so it says it's winter all year round. So people will gradually forget about the other seasons.
We all know the magistrates write those calendars to sell junk on holidays. They're all fake.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm gonna go to sleep now.
I'll take pride in that 11 damage I did with my vicious mockery. Let me see something here.
Did we set up camp when the frost giant came through, or are we still trudging through?
We were.
You were still trudging.
Aha! Finally, I get to do this. We can set up camp in here! And he puts his hands up first, and he's like, wait, hang on. Pats himself down. Takes out a small crystal bead. And casts Liamol's tiny hut.
Oh,
Oh,
thank God,
nice.
something to get out of the cold. I'll go inside.
Yep.
So you'll see, like, the snow just stops hitting this domed area, and he's like, everyone come on in, we can set up. It'll be a little tight. Someone will have to sit on Guzrock's lap. I mean, we all could sit on Guzrock's lap.
It's true. It's easy.
We'll make it work.
Well, sorry I couldn't save you.
Hey, big guy, you did a lot. We all didn't die, and that's what really matters.
If you wanted to get technical, it did save us.
Oh man. Is anyone digging through the frost giant?
Going to bed.
Guzrock will do that. He wants to harvest its heart.
Can I cook with his toes like in Skyrim?
That's disgusting.
Those are both realistic questions.
It's like it may be gross.
You definitely
survival
can,
or nature.
but should you?
That is very.
See, you'd like to think so, but you could totally give that as an ingredient in the potage de froment for the cooking quest for the Dark Brotherhood.
That's true.
Here's a giant's toe. Why? I don't know. Throw in a gold coin while we're at it. I went to the culinary school of bullshit.
Don't question me. I'm a chef.
I had the hat and everything.
I don't make it a habit of putting toes in my mouth. And I think a frost giant's toe would be bigger than my mouth. It'd be like trying to eat like one of those like
You ever see that adorable
big
painting?
hamburgers?
Hun, you ever see that adorable painting of the hamster trying to eat the banana? It's
Yeah.
kind of like that.
Oh my god.
I've seen that.
Or the turtle trying to eat the
A really big strawberry.
strawberry.
Yeah, the strawberry.
Well, I got shot out of the sky by a boulder. I'm gonna go to sleep now. Nobody wake me up.
Yes, ma'am.
I guess I should check on her and make sure she's okay.
Yes, keep her warm. I'll help Guzrock. Now
Why
that
would I
this
have
thing
to
has
keep
been
her warm?
established.
This bubble is weather acclimated, sir.
And
It's some cuddle time.
Set
Frost,
the thermostat to 75 and leave us alone.
Aldric can't leave the hut.
No, he can't.
Oh.
You're confined.
Damn it, yeah,
sir.
it looks like crap, I'm stuck here. Take Envy with you. I'm sure looting a giant is crazy.
No, trust Guzrock to be the only person to loot this giant, because Envy will start putting shit in their pockets.
Guzrock's digging through him too.
I mean, take your new friend, the Sir.
Oh, take his fingernails. They can be used in potions.
Okay.
Yes, leave the digits, but take the nails. Wait, no, take some blood. Giant's blood's worth money.
Yeah, so are their nails, because their nails are in freaking potions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So we don't need the toes, we just need the nails themselves and blood.
I mean, toenails, fingernails are the same thing, but
They are still the same.
they're used in the giant strength.
Yeah. With the assistance, this is 19. You'll harvest whatever you can.
Oh, how far away are guidance? You're within. I can do.
Lucky
a
that you
quick.
should do that,
23.
because I gave the good item a DC 20. Okay, firstly you have to get this thing cleaned up. You find lots of tattered armor pieces. So roll me 2d4.
3.
Okay, you find... one shield, one heavily damaged breastplate, and one... What's a big creature? One wyvern skull that he was using as a pauldron. The rest of it is kind of tattered beyond repair. Along with that, you also find the Tattered Great Axe. It is 2 times the size of a normal Great Axe and 8 times the weight.
Cool. That's my new weapon. The one that does what is it? 40-10?
It'll be difficult to wield, as technically you're still too small, but it might do some decent damage if you actively hinder yourself.
I just have to have enlarge cast on me all the time.
All the time.
Yeah.
You know, that's a pretty viable strategy, actually. Just every time you go in the fight, make Guzzrock super big, and it's like, aha!
I mean, it's always an option.
It's always an option. Not my spell slot.
Unfortunately, I think the rules technically state that weapons and held equipment and all that jazz
Get
shrink
larger,
or like get larger. Yeah.
It gets larger.
No. Yeah.
Like, oh shit, no.
But even then, you can't like.
But then it'll do 8
throw your-
d10.
Okay, simple solution. We pay someone to shrink it down to your size.
Yeah, there you go.
A permanent spell. I'm sure it won't cost tens of thousands of gold.
Okay, give me another 2d4.
7.
Nice. This giant apparently had a decent knack for not dropping things on his toes because he has all 7 of 10 toes, which you successfully cut off.
Have an electrum.
Yeah.
That's what his toes are made of. His toes are made of
Alrighty,
7 electrum
give me-
toes.
I wonder why he was so mad.
Yeah.
Give me another 2d8 as you dig through the giant's bag.
9.
2d4, sorry. That's what I meant to say. I'm dumb. I'll count that as a 4 and a 1, so 5. Inside the giant's bag, you find 1 dead goat.
A goat to
1.
match your goat head.
Hey, there we go.
1 chunk of molded electrum that weighs 20 pounds and is worth 25 gold. Actually, no, 20 pounds and is worth 20 gold because no one fucking wants electrum. It's. Actually, that doesn't make sense. 20 for 20.
That's why it's
It
out
would
here
be-
molded. No one gives a shit about it.
It would be worth 50 gold if it was separated.
Yeah, exactly. Like, 20 pounds of gold, that'll be worth heaps. 20 pounds of electrum, nothing.
Here's a bag of saltine crackers, so when you get sick knowing how much this is worthless, you'll have something for it.
You also find... What have I said so far? A dead goat and a chunk of electrum. You find... a mammoth tusk. So a nice chunk of ivory that you might be able to flog. And... another shield that you figure he was going to attach to his armor somewhere. And a 25 kilo bag of flour.
I set it on fire.
We're all dead.
Yep. There's no ball bearings in it. We're fine.
No, it still explodes.
I'll take the flour for my restaurant.
And when I say 25 kilo, I mean 50 pound. It's a big sack.
Yeah. I'll put filthy imperial measurements.
Yes, they pain me.
Do I get his heart?
Yes. After trimming his toes off and grabbing his axe, grabbing his armor pieces, then digging through his bag, you then rip open his chest cavity and carefully extract his heart, which is freezing to the touch, but you persevere.
That is exactly why I want it. I'm gonna have this used to make my refrigerator.
I'm just gonna look at Aldrich and be like, how did we both miss the heart while we were stabbing this thing?
You gotta get through a lot.
He's a pretty big guy.
Apparently.
Hey, it's just Alger pokes it out. Can you bring that in so we can poke it real quick?
Ah! It's mine! Refrigerator!
You can keep it. We just need to give it a poke. It's for science.
It's for science.
Wanna destroy it?
No, I don't know. Just like a poke.
If this destroys it, you owe me a refrigerating system of some kind.
I don't even know what that means.
It's a thing that keeps stuff cold all the time.
Yes, to preserve meats.
You dig a very deep hole, and then you line that hole with brick, so it insulates.
And then you put kobolds inside to work as slaves.
That too.
And yes, to answer the disturbing question of Shay, which I knew was coming, there is a fuckload of meat. From the giant's lower back, you're able to gather. Roll me. Why don't you give me 2d4?
6.
60 pounds of giant backstrap. That's the good cut. And give me 44. And 100 pounds of generic giant meat. Or generic frost giant meat.
I will call it GGFM. Or just GG for short.
And with that, the giant is harvested, unless you want to rip out his bones as well, but they would be very heavy.
I used them to make a sled.
There you go, enjoy that meat.
No, I'm good.
Okay, with that, I believe everyone is settling down to a comfortable rest in the tiny hut. Why don't we take a little bit of a break? We have been going at it for an hour and 20 minutes, give or take. And, you know, started late anyway, so...
But, yes, still can break, so we're going to take our break then. Everybody come back in about 5 minutes and we'll continue. Stay tuned.
It's okay, look, I have my background ready for tomorrow.
Ooh, I like that.
I have this tavern for today because I'm a bard. And
Nice.
then for Starfinder, I'm a doctor, so I have a med bay.
Swanky.
Or generic space.
Are they just images you yoinked?
Bless
nice.
Nitro.
Yes. I haven't done anything exciting with that outside of titties.
I mean, look, it's the best thing to do with it. Just get that animated background of like Harley Quinn's butt shaking, and that would be it.
She didn't necessarily solo a giant, but yeah.
I mean, yes. You can call it what you want, but that is basically what happened.
Look, she didn't solo the giant. Shane solo.
Sure.
Well, to some degree of the imagination. She has been wanting to show off that character for a while, and you know, a fight where Guzrock should have died would be the ideal time, but oh well.
Now Guzrock is on the path of immortality.
Yes. But it's fine. Envy isn't here, so Shay can have 2 characters today.
You can have a second character as a treat. It's gonna bring Summer Storm in. Be like, whoa, this is not a Summer Storm. I don't like this at all. I like the character concept. I want to keep playing him.
Been trying to switch out my characters for a while.
We'll leave Chef Guzrock behind.
Don't
Dido's
sound
gotta go somewhere for 2 weeks, so we'll leave her in horny jail. I don't know. Lauren can pick her. Then we lose like one of our solid front lines. Time to become a monk and get ridiculously good AC and stab people to death.
Kind of sounds like good. Like folks don't want to.
I mean, I want to see a new character. That's cool. But I also like giant wall of meat that doesn't let squishy dragon guy get slapped around.
I mean,
I have to go through the swole college to get big and beefy like Guzrock. Train me in your ways. Okay, first eat a lot of people. That's gonna do it.
yeah.
Comes
that's
back,
how
he's
it's
a barbarian next time. I got so fucking mad.
Alright, is everybody back so we can get moving?
I do believe we are.
Alright, take it away.
Yes. Alrighty, I probably should have specified that, yeah, everyone settles down to a long rest, so in that time, do your replenishments, add your HP, all that fun jazz. And, yeah, reset spell slots, everything. As the morning comes about, Frost, why don't you roll me a D100, see what happens. Alright.
Yeah, that checks out.
The tiny hut fades away as you guys are rousing, and stepping outside into the snow, you discover that the blizzard has passed. Fantastic. The giant's corpse has been picked at a little bit, but Guzrock expertly removed a lot of the juicy flesh, so it didn't attract that many animals, from what you can tell. So, here we are.
How close to the road are we?
Are
we on the road?
You're probably about 2 hours walking back. Wait a minute. Remind me, did you guys cut across or follow the mountain?
I don't even remember.
I want to assume we were cutting across because we were just trying to get there as quickly as possible.
Yeah, we were taking the fastest route because that was the way Guzrock was leading us.
Okay. Yeah. I should have drawn this map differently then, but that's alright. In that case, then, it's probably only 2 hours of travel or so until you're back on the road, and then another hour or two beyond that to get to Skjarn. So you can probably be there by midday.
Well, we were supposed to meet people on the road.
Right. Well, yeah, 2 hours to the road, and then you can linger about and see if they've tried to find you or anything like that.
You said we're about 2 hours outside of town?
2 hours back to the main road, and then 1 hour to Skjarn, so 2 to 3.
Okay, I'm not going to send a message because I don't know how far away we are.
Yeah, at this point you might as well just finish the leg of the journey and then kind of sit around. If by then you haven't heard from them, then it might be a better use of the spell slot, but...
I guess we're heading back to town.
Alrighty. Travel is relatively uneventful. The blizzard passed and chaos was wrought by, presumably, other frost giants in the area, but you don't see any of them. Seemingly, the night was wrought of perils, but they've all faded in the daylight. And yeah, you're able to get back to town relatively easy. Where is the first step? Or stop, rather.
The person we're supposed to meet up with.
Hmm? Yeah.
And who is that?
The asshole.
That could be a lot
restaurant.
of
We
it is
know,
one person.
We made a specific arrangement to meet with somebody.
We don't know where they are, so they were supposed to find us.
They were supposed to find us on the road.
Yeah, we don't know where they stay. If we don't see them on the road, then Guzrock will just head back to their restaurant.
Yeah. You guys made very good time. As you, well, originally travelled without sleep, made up a decent bit of distance, then finally slept and woke up nice and early in the morning. So, as you get to the road, you don't, and travel along it, you don't find anyone passing. So yeah, the next step is just heading back to the restaurant, checking with if anyone's been by. And as you wander in, Allison probably is going about her business. I'd like to imagine you didn't just leave her with a closed restaurant. She probably has like a breakfast service going on.
Yeah, he cooked up a bit of a buffet just to have stuff ready for while he was gone.
Naturally, it's not as good as the opening night's performance, but it's your fairly standard affair, like eggs, plus or minus duck eggs, plus or minus another kind of exotic egg, a bit of bacon, a bit of sausage, as they call it, but it's just a combination of all the meats you have available to you, all the common meats, that is. And when you specifically walk in, she perks up and, oh, Gazrock, you're back already. How nice to see you.
You as well. How have things been here?
Uneventful. We've had a few rowdy customers, but I showed them what for.
Oh, very good. Well, I brought some more supplies that I came across, and he'll set the giant's axe down and look for a place to start preserving the meat and find a way to keep it fresh, etc., etc.
Yeah. You probably, like, hang the axe on the wall or something wacky that seems suitably Guzrock.
Yeah.
And dump all the stuff down in the cellar. That is currently the coldest, driest place of the building until you can alter magical means to fix it up.
Yeah.
And while you're going about doing that, Allison, what would the word be? She kind of... Fucking hell, words escape me today. She makes her excuses and bows politely and heads off. As she's been tending to the restaurant for the entire time. Now that you're here, that's your problem. She wants to go and do stuff.
That's cool.
Before she left, she does mention that you've received no messages, no telegrams, even though they wouldn't technically exist.
Well,
So,
I think those people we were supposed to meet are dead. They were ambushed on the road.
Alright.
I mean, he did say it would take a couple of days for the mass troops to get out there. The only person who'd be dead is that Oracle person. And you'd think, being an Oracle, they would see it coming, right?
Oh, yeah, they would see it coming, so they actually would not be there. So the ambush did not happen, which means they're not dead, they're in hiding.
But alas, I did not prepare that spell today, so I cannot send them a magical message.
Well, they'll know where we be.
They'll find us eventually.
We're not hard to find.
They didn't meet us where they were supposed to, so it's on them now.
yeah. There's probably an hour or so goes by. I'd imagine Guzrock tends to things. You guys sit around and drink, or sit around and...
I wouldn't sit
chat
around
up.
for an hour. I would go inform Mother Magdalene of what we found.
Yeah, I like it.
Because she is
Go ahead.
she's a war priest, so she would probably have government ties to higher ups.
Yeah, that is a very reasonable assumption.
Let's rock on that, and we'll also check in with the military folk and inform them as well.
I would go talk to my...
Sorry, what was that?
Excuse me.
Gazrak will go to military folk with his soldier background and inform them as well.
And I'll leave a message for Guir.
And Aldruk is poor, so he's gonna play for money.
I like it. Going from simplest to most confusing. Aldruic, give me a performance check. Yeah, it's probably midweek at this point, so the taverns are a little bit more empty, especially being the middle of the day, but you are able to scrounge. Why don't you give me... fuck it, I'll roll it. $4 gold, 8 silver, and 6 copper. That roll worked out perfectly for you.
And some drunk guy's request to play Freebird.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
The fuck is a Wonder Wall? What is that? Is that like a wizard spell I don't get?
Might be, actually.
Gazrock, who is your contact in, let's say, the Order of the Guard or the Iron Brotherhood, the military force of Skyan?
Oh, that's fantastic. I get to make them up on the spot?
You sure do.
Great, I'm gonna call them
I'm subbing out my work.
Commander Muffins, an awakened cat.
Hell yeah.
Who commands legions of like the swarm monsters. He's got like legions of rat swarms and bee swarms. The bee swarms are his air force. The
Yeah, you're gonna have to write that name down for me, but I like it.
Commander Muffins. Wait, you're serious? He is transdimensional. Yes, please let it be Commander Muffins.
Done.
Awesome.
Of course, something so incredibly nonsensical is kind of kept out of sight of the local populace, so walking around the military quarter, you see squads of men practicing swings and a few of them sparring and all that, and then you walk down a dark alley and have to crawl through a little, pull off a sewer grate and crawl under a building or something like that. And that's where you find Commander Muffins, the awakened cat, was it?
Yes.
Yes. They're standing on a crate above all their companions and, in a wide open courtyard that seemingly has no entrances outside of the, one of many sewer grates that you just crawled through. Is Commander Muffins a male, female, or anything in between?
He is a male.
Male. He is shouting, "Yes! Excuse me. Yes! Rat flank! Hit them hard! Yes! While the badgers hold their attention, hit them, rip out their shins, tear their limbs away. And bees, harass their support forces!" And naturally, all these animals are just scurrying about and running in circles.
Yep.
Yeah. There is some sort of strategy to it, but yeah, you probably can't see it.
So Gozrock will approach, clap a fist against his chest, and give a quick salute. Commander.
Ah! Gozrock, leader of the Vanguard Force. Yes, it's been too long since we've had a beast of your nature in our force. Why, the armadillos are not as powerful a brunt force as minotaurs.
Well, it appears that we may be subject to an invasion, Commander. I may yet have to return from retirement.
Oh, now that is most unfortunate. A shame you cannot live out your days in relative peace. But what information do you have for me, my dear, my boy?
Well, we traveled into the mountains and previously had a task of painting the mountains, and appear to have done some magic shenanigans that I am completely unfamiliar with, opening rifts and such, and now we have discovered a forward scouting force that is at the base of the mountain, and one of my companions had visions of their leaders upon the slopes. They did release a signal upon our approach, so they were aware that they had been caught.
That is most troubling news, but a signal could mean any number of things. Alas, I shall take your information up the line. He then turns around and looks over to a group of falcons. They're all like sitting around, or sitting atop a barrel with playing cards strewn out about it. One of them like idly pecks one and shoves it into the middle. And he shouts something in Sylvan. Do you understand Sylvan?
I do not.
Okay. He says something you don't understand, and then all these falcons fly away.
Cool.
Yes. Thank you, my boy. Compile a report, and get it to me or one of my subordinates. We shall see this menace rooted out, and brought to swift justice. And he bares his claws in anger.
I will have it brought to you post-haste. And I give another salute before bowing out.
He salutes you back. And sends you on your way.
I go write that report.
Alrighty. Jordan. Visiting Mother Magdalena, I take it.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is she doing today? I'm going to pretend it's a Tuesday, if that, as if that makes anything matters at all. Today is a day of prayer and worship, and the morning is filled with ceremony. So naturally, you find her at the local pub.
Sounds legit.
Yes, she's more or less shirking her duties. That's not her branch of cleric. Her matter is hitting things.
Understandable. I, too, am not participating in said prayer duties, but then again, I just spent 2 days on the mountain. Yeah, I will find her in her favorite pub, and I will also get a drink, because it's been a time. Mother Magdalene. I took a job up the mountain to follow, a vision Lorien had, and it seems there were some sovereign troops, not a troop, of some of their higher classed individuals stationed up there. Looked like they might have been there for a few days. They were able to make quite a few defensive structures.
Jordan, it is a pleasure to see you. Why, I'm glad to see you relatively unscathed. I trust you... not to mince words, I'll trust you beat the shit out of them then.
We did. We were able to dispatch them, but not before they set out a call for, I'm assuming, reinforcements. We informed, honestly, I don't remember his name. He was such an asshole.
Well, that could be anyone, dude.
This one apparently works for, what is our government called? This is something that Jordan would know, but
Empire.
Yeah. That works for the higher ups of the Empire. Who also sent us up there. Helen. I won't remember that. Tellin was his name. I don't know how much jurisdiction you might have, but I sent them a message yesterday. They were supposed to meet us on the road, and they never showed up. We got beat to shit by a frost giant.
Yes. The frost giant reports have been rolling over my desk all morning, but the weather is ceasing. They'll retreat back to their hovels. Hopefully with fewer peasants than last time.
I've
got some of my best working on it at the moment, but the other issue is a lot more concerning to me.
I agree. Frost giants, it happens all the time. There's really not much that you can do about it unless you completely eradicate the whole colony.
Oh, and believe you me, we have tried. But they are a stubborn lot.
War and militia is not my jurisdiction. It is not my purview, nor do I have any interest in it. But I know that is where your talents lie. I'm sure you have the right connections that could do better with this information than I can.
I can certainly understand your reasoning. I am privy to strategy meetings at times when summoned to... What the fuck did I name their city? God damn it. When summoned to Tel Gadden. But it has been a time since I've heard anything from the capital. I can, however, send your report up the chain. I do have a few connections that will be willing to listen.
I just figure the more people that know about it, the more of a lookout people can make.
Yes. Very understandable, dear.
I will let you get back to your day of prayer and rest. As she downs her own drink.
Yes, bless ye. 'Tis a good day for prayer. I won't tell if you don't.
Yeah, she'll head out. That's all she wanted.
She probably finishes her own drink and heads out shortly after, because that is significant news. Lorian, what were you up to?
I was going to send a message to my retainer.
Yeah, which one?
Twiggier. My spy.
That is the Spy Master, yeah.
I was just going to largely send the same report, but I was also going to request for her to head back.
Yeah.
House.
Last you had heard, she was off on a mission, but not without contact, so you probably have to speak to one of the other retainers or something like that.
Okay.
Or there'd be
just need a message.
System.
I need a message sent to her to have her head back.
Yeah. There would be a system, like, that your family is just simply used, like local couriers sending a different group of goods, or just unnamed letters that your spy master would happen to know to check every now and then. Just drop by the post office and have a look at any uncollected mail.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not that hard. You compile a rough draft of the details, but are careful to leave out important names in case it's intercepted.
Oh, I'm not putting any of those details in there. It's just you need to come back. Got a mission for you.
Okay, yeah, that's easy. You send that off. Getting back to the restaurant, Aldroke is probably first back, and everyone else files in shortly after. Eventually, Allison returns and pats Guzrock on the head, then goes about probably just prepping something for the dinner service. When suddenly there is a knock at the door.
He'll answer.
Yeah. Standing before you is a character familiar to you. What did I make this guy? I don't think I wrote down his race. Fuck me. Okay, never mind it. Yeah! You find the tall, nimble stature of Talon, the elf that originally sent you on this lengthy voyage.
Illustrious men.
Hello again. 'Tis a pleasure.
Greetings.
He accepts your invitation and steps on in. And suitably looks around to make sure there are no currently seated guests.
Guzrock will just as much divulge all the information he had given before, and let him know that he has informed the guards or the soldiers, the armies.
Yeah. Talon sits down, takes out his pack, and takes out a notebook and like a quill and some ink, and very not enthusiastically, but very attentively writes down most everything you say, including any strange details like just sheer numbers or sheer defensive emplacements, or, well, even writes down the frost giant attack, but he figures that is of no relation.
Is your oracle in hiding?
Let's see, what would he say? Where would she have gone? She went on ahead to meet you, but I've since received a message compiled of mostly swears that she cannot find you, and is holding position for the time.
Is she on the other road? I don't know. Well, you can let her know that she can return.
She's an astute individual, but not one for walking, that girl. She very well may have got fed up and simply teleported ahead and skipped a vast chunk of where you were meant to meet, but it's no matter. We found one another in the end.
Alright.
Your information is very useful to me, And I'm very, very concerned. Rather, I have a cause to amass a small army and travel northward. Anything else you can tell me about what they may be doing up there, or who may be involved, or anything else at all would be...
I lack the knowledge of magic, so my understanding is limited, but running theories go along the lines of they are trying to open a portal, considering the rifts that have been appearing, or perhaps they are summoning their own armies so that they have a solid launching point from within instead of the borders themselves. Things of that nature. But I personally do not understand magic enough to know.
It is very possible. But I've heard of no incantation that... Well, that is a lie, but it's an uncommon incantation. Few which included pegging various sites. Usually ritualistic fetishes and tools are placed much closer together.
Well, perhaps the mage you're after is quite powerful.
I'd sure hope not.
You best assume that they are.
Yes. As we speak, my men are mustering. But we can only hope we'll be successful in rooting out the entirety of the incursion. Anyone left behind can be of great concern. Especially any capable wizards that they might have brought along. You mentioned... Well, I don't believe you mentioned a name, but you mentioned they had magical abilities.
The mage you asked about was Radimus Ingle, the one we spoke with. However, they did not appear to be malicious towards us. In fact, seemed quite interested in my restaurant, but
deceivers seldom are.
Perhaps. Or perhaps it was genuine interest. Regardless, that is the name that we have, that we know the one you asked about by.
While you were cutting down this garrison, I don't suppose you found this Radimus Ingle.
We did not. Only that
Troubling.
They were sovereign soldiers with no banner flying and no information given.
As you would expect, I'm afraid.
Gozak will hear Alduric's voice and said, Did you tell him about the silence? That's not something a lot of spellcasters normally do. So it would be a unique thing.
A silence. Like the wizard spell.
A person who made the area around them silent. A silencer. Oh wait, I rolled on that shit. Soldier stuff. What did I roll on?
Who took their insignia?
Yeah, he'll show the insignias. There was the commander person was from CS dot.
Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce it either.
The Sladonius military noble training town. And then a silencer. I don't know much about them other than they are from a place called Raven's Hollow, southeast Laydonia's town.
We've heard of them before. A strange genetic makeup, or a severe magical enhancement. We'd always thought it was but a theory. Hadn't realized they were in active service. I'll have to keep my people in the fold, tell them to dig deeper.
Well, they've got mage killers.
Yes. Let's hope it is a rare and difficult thing to produce. And let's hope the one you cut down is one of few.
Well, hope for the best, prepare for the worst.
Yes. As they say. Regardless, you have been of big help, though you cannot tell their exact intentions or their numbers higher beyond just these tidbits of information and the fact that they're specialist troops are in the fold. That will serve us greatly. He then leans over into his pack and digs out something. Some hefty bag. Oh, rather, it's not that hefty this time around. Rather, it is. Let's see, it is a small bag of 50 platinum coins. And then he digs out an additional. Let's call it 15 for the insignia provided and the apparent troops killed in the process.
Alright.
Here you go. Compensation for a job well done and information you could provide.
Thank you.
As I informed you via message, mustering soldiers for a mountain trek is a difficult task, and there is more where that came from if you so choose to travel forward again, but you shan't be expected to.
Understood.
Well, with that said, I shan't hold you much longer unless you have anything else to tell me.
If we are to accept the mission, how do we contact you?
Sorry, you were a little bit quiet.
If we are to accept the mission, how do we contact you?
Your underling knows where I am.
Underling.
Allison kind of is off pairing up salt and pepper shakers, and then she kind of nervously walks into the kitchen.
Have an underling?
Yes. Otherwise, I suppose I should provide you a form of direct communication.
Oh, wait, wait. You mean Alberson? She's not an underling. She just
Business
works with me.
partner then.
Huh? Yeah, partner.
Business partner.
Are you saying that she is a spy this whole time?
I never said that. I never divulged her cover, but
Inside
well.
check.
You called it your cover, the cover.
yeah. He
9.
You don't even have to roll against him. He's basically saying, yes, she is perhaps not a spy, but she directly works for him and has a means of direct communication to tell him.
Damn, what a twist.
That's why she's walked away, or she's always been the one to open the door, or... Oh, this time around you open the door, but yeah. Last time around, she opened the door without it even knocking, and just let her master in.
Wow.
I used the spy stat sheet, so she had to be a spy at some point.
Neat. Well, okay then. I'm honored that you would spy on me.
It wasn't on you, necessarily. You just became very interesting very quickly.
Well, then I am not.
And something to do with saving her life. That was useful. Or that often lends itself to... Why, attraction might not be the right word, but...
No, I think
Fuck,
it's
I
the right
cannot
word.
think of words today. Fucking hell.
It's alright, you can use attraction, it's not foul.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's call it a convenient circumstance.
Well, I will keep this convenient circumstance in mind.
No. Unless there's any other business, I shall be leaving you to your evening while I go and wrangle commanders and underlings and soldiers that think mustering should take days, not hours.
Alright. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Oh, I likely won't. But I'll try.
And then whenever everybody else returns from their stuff, he'll inform the rest of them of all of that, including the extra mission if they were interested, except for the part about Allison being a spy.
I mean, considering where and how we found her, that doesn't surprise me.
Anyhow, as far as he was concerned, the situation would be solved in a matter of days. Unless you guys wanted to go back, but otherwise you're free to do whatever you might like.
I'm just gonna go about my daily stuff then.
He'll set the bag of platinum down for them when they return as well.
Oh.
Yeah. Within the bag is 65 platinum, which works out to be 150 gold, for anyone curious.
Yeah.
Your payment.
I could buy 5 potions with this. Wait, no, I can get 3 potions with this.
How much would that amount to each?
15 platinum each.
Yeah, 150 gold.
You may take my share while you are not beholden to war. I am. It would have been my duty to investigate.
Oh, you did your share, you take your share. I mean,
It's true.
you would have gotten paid whether you were in the military or not. Not being in the military currently, you're not gaining a salary.
Yeah, you can use
Wouldn't
it
be
to
fair.
fancy up the place even more than before. Get even more clientele in. Work on. Oh, you can start paying for that refrigeration thing with the giant heart.
It's a good idea, I guess. I just thought, I'll buy magic spell stuff to use the heart to make it cold.
I'm sure there's somebody around here. Maybe the gentleman that discovered all the properties of the Chimera heads.
That's probably a good way to look.
It wasn't the same. There was somebody else that showed me that the dragon head shot fire out of its mouth.
That was the alchemist Alfarius.
It wasn't the first person we went to.
Alfarius and Omegon's apples and oranges.
Yeah, because the first place we went to was the alchemy place, and they were like, you get like 4 gold and a middle finger. Yeah. So we went to the damn fruit place, and they were like, oh yeah, check this shit out. It's a cannon. Buy some oranges while you're here. Like, okay, thank you, I will. This is good advice.
Yeah, the fruit place might actually be a better place to go. They're a little more helpful.
Not necessarily a fruit place. Apples and oranges just means everything. Like it's more of a general store.
Look, we don't know that. We think it's a fruit stand. The guy's just really knowledgeable about Chimera.
General stores also have fruit. That's just what we hyper-focused on.
I don't have anything super pressing to do. Does anybody else?
Nope.
Nothing immediate for me.
No big performances to put on?
Well, I'm going to be managing my restaurant and probably coming out of military retirement to be on guard for the city.
That sounds fun.
Are you prepared for it? I know some people, they get thrown in for decent rank and don't have to do as much.
Well, I mean...
Officers is what you mean.
I'm already pretty good rank, just retired.
Oh, hey, cool then.
You guys have seen...
You can punish your underlings by getting them to peel potatoes and get your food ready in the restaurants. Great.
You know, that's not a bad idea.
You guys have seen I'm not much of a fighter, but there's wounded.
There might very well be quite a few soon.
Sure that they'll... One of the first places they bring them will be to the Temple of Lathander.
Especially if this is some kind of invading force. There's going to be skirmishes as they push in.
Lorian, what of your mother? I know she is a very strong warrior. What do you think she'll do when she hears word of what's going on in the mountains? Sovereign.
Unfortunately, she's quite nationalistic. If it's an invasion force, then they'll not have to worry about the Temple of the Moon excluding themselves. I'm sure she'll take the call to action.
Are you worried for her safety?
God, no. She's chosen of the moon. She'll be more than fine.
Huh.
Well,
Can we think of a reason to get Radimus Single back in town?
Restaurant.
I think seem to enjoy the food.
I think he's interested in how the ingredients work.
Do you think he'd be interested in frost giant toes? She tries not to retch.
Encouraging him to come nibble on some toes.
Of course, haven't you ever drinking a frost giant potion? You have to drink the whole toe.
I will never drink a frost giant potion ever again.
Yeah, the toenail.
Actually, I don't think she ever has.
Will be in a bottle of tequila.
Yeah.
You have to eat it.
Ingredient.
Oh no, it's the worm at the bottom of the glass.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't prepare it today, but I could send him a message inviting him back to the restaurant, get him in town. We could tell our Talon friend. That way he can get a tail on Ingle as well.
In worst case, you could lie and send him, and if he's not intrigued by the food, that maybe there's some strange happenings people are reporting from the supposedly from the site of the begging. We've been hearing all about it, so he might want to come in and ask us what we've heard.
I mean, that is a possibility as well. I just think that maybe if we can get him into town, maybe somebody can get, I don't know, his magical signature or something.
Oh, definitely. We could use the offer of food, and if not, the potential of magical intrigue, just something to get him here, and then have our man give him a good follow.
Still wish there should be no conflict within my restaurant.
As somebody that has played here multiple times now, I would not like that either. It's a very nice establishment for a performance.
What do you think, love?
Well, if the owner of the restaurant calls for no conflict, we have to respect that.
A question, what if Radimus doesn't respect it?
I mean,
I imagine he
You
would
just
be
point.
welcome.
yeah, Guzrak will, point backwards towards the Frost Giant's axe.
Understandable.
Well, then there's really nothing else that we can do about this situation.
Not at the moment, no. I don't think.
We'll have to see what his response is and act appropriately.
No?
And
I
also,
mean,
do we need him alive, or is this an asset that can be removed?
if you want to do something about it, you could take up the offer to go further up the mountain while troops are being rallied. But that's up to you.
There was an offer about going farther up the mountain.
Mm-hmm. As I thought I mentioned it before, but yes, there is he has a mission to go further up the mountain because rallying troop is going to take a while, so it's more or less get a count on numbers and troops. I think they have the details, but they offered more coin. My plan after turning around, I was thinking that I'd end up being protecting the city, but that is everything. I think.
Well, it wouldn't help to give a better view, especially if there are people mobilizing and getting ready to head out there. We would be able to at least fall back if something happened.
They say that they expect it to be over in 4 days. But when has war ever been over in 4 days?
Yeah, last time somebody said a war would take only a weekend. They were grossly mistaken, and it was pushing well into the 3rd month.
Is that some topical humor I see there?
It wasn't humor. It
Wait,
was just very real
oink
to
that
life.
camera.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I
Some
don't.
relevant slowly lifts up on the screen.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think a multiple day trek up the mountain is something I can do. I've already shirked a lot of my duties as it is. And especially if we're expecting wounded from these frost giants, whatever the Sovereign have planned. They'll need me close by.
I've gotten in contact with one of my associates. When she arrives, she might be more capable of helping with what's needed.
Oh, everybody has great established things here. I just play bagpipes and yell at things.
If we are not going back up the mountain, then I will...
That's not what I said. I said I have an associate that would be more capable of helping you with that.
Okay.
So that way you two can
That
keep
way
your
we
duties
can go up
home.
the mountain like you wanted.
You can.
I don't have all the information on this, so I don't know what you mean, but I trust you in whatever it is.
That way you can stay here to keep your watch on the city and not have to worry about that. And then Jordan will be here. We would either just have to be more of a scouting thing than anything else to ensure we minimize potential wounds. In worst case, we know who to come back to. Be in and out, 20 minutes, just fine.
20 minutes tops.
It sounded like I don't know. I got the impression you did not want to go. And I don't know who your associate is, so I'm not quite sure what you have planned.
I just told you what the plan was. I'm going to wait for my associate, and they'll be able to go with you.
Since we have multiple days of waiting in here before we figure out what the hell we're doing. Plenty of time.
You can gather supplies and potions and whatnot. This nice little payout will help aid in that.
Yes, I'm hoping so.
Alrighty. So what's the plan for the short term?
There was a request on checking in on the half plate.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, it just occurred to me. It's just gonna check to see if it's finished or not. If not, it's fine. You do get more armor pieces, so if it's not, you'll just hand those over to expedite if necessary.
I think we concluded that it would be done soon.
I just wasn't gonna rush it if it wasn't ready.
Yeah, I can't remember where I wrote that. Within the few days that Lorien wanted to wait, it would be finished. so you can pick that up within, we'll call it 1 or 2 days.
Okay. Once he has that, he'll call for the party to meet again, and he'll have a suit of armor there. A nice fancy suit of armor.
It's a nice looking suit of armor.
Yes, I made it for you all. Any one of you can use it if you want. It's half plate, so I don't quite benefit very well from it. But you who are younger and a bit more dexterous might.
That's fair.
I also believe it protects from fire? Question mark.
Yeah, when you pick it up, the smith does inform you that it has immaculate properties. It is naturally hardened by the fiery blood that is within the young Ramohas, and so it's naturally tempered against heat. So anyone wearing this is granted resistance to fire damage.
Plus, it looks really fucking gnarly.
It does look pretty cool.
What about your sword?
Plus,
Yeah, the sword seems to be just for show lately.
There's some very nice plate.
I unfortunately lack the required knowledge of putting this on without leaving myself stuck in it, or worse.
Half plate?
Yep.
Basically AC 15 plus your dex to a maximum of 2.
Gotta see if that's actually beneficial.
That doesn't help me too much. She taps her breastplate, which is also her spellcasting focus. So.
Yeah. Breastplate's also medium.
Yeah,
Did you say
but
the AC was
15
15
plus your
plus
dex.
dex.
so it'd only be one more than what it is right
15 plus
now.
dex.
Yeah.
Well,
It's
mine
the
is
step up from a breastplate, but it also has disadvantage on stealth.
isn't
mind- I have a
breastplate was
mithril.
13?
Chain shirt is 13, scale mail is 14 with disadvantage on stealth, breastplate is 14 without that disadvantage, then half plate is 15.
Okay.
I have mithril chain, so that would raise my AC by 1 if I took it. So I don't want it to go to waste, so I can take it.
The benefit to that is the fire resistance.
Yeah, and so that's fine. So I'll take it.
Doesn't mithril? No, that's adamantine. Maybe, never mind.
Mithril negates the stealth check, which I hadn't been paying attention to this whole time.
And technically weighs less, but no one gives a shit about that.
No one does encumbrance weight.
Adamantine
Mithril-
gives you critical resistance.
Yeah, but
The 9 strength bard carries.
well,
If he's ever forced to carry it.
That's
Isn't it-
what I was looking at. Is if there was a
the mithril chain shirt, Frost will just swap out.
yeah, I mean the mithril either Jordan or Frost could wear.
What is my mind?
It is also heavy armor, though. They might not be proficient.
Oh, yeah.
Doesn't mithril negate that though?
It used to lower it down a tier. I don't know where it's at now.
No. I'm not actually sure.
I am not strong enough to wear heavy armor.
If the armor imposes disadvantage on dexterity checks or has a strength requirement, the mithril version does not.
Yeah,
Hey,
so
nice.
You don't need a strength.
But it is a heavy armor, which
It
I
is
do
still-
not have
it is
training
still,
for.
It is still chainmail, yeah.
Oh, I can wear.
Heavy armor.
So because it's mithril, I don't need the 13 strength.
Correct.
Ooh. Yeah, but it's worse than what I already have. My AC is 16, and chainmail is a 16. Or my AC is 17. Wait, hold on. That's because I have a shield.
Because you have a shield.
I have a shield.
Your AC would be 14 plus your dex from your breastplate. So chainmail would.
So the chainmail would be better.
Assuming you don't have +2 dex.
No.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's all the half plate's only good if you have the 2 dex or the stuff you have now. It would only be good if you had 2 dex because that's the maximum you can use for.
I have a feeling that I am stalkerish enough that I would take the mithril just so I could smell Lorien all day, every day until the smell goes away.
She's like, here, I'll help you put on this nice heavy armor. I'm keeping this so I can put it by the pillow while you're gone.
Mm-hmm.
Or put it on a mannequin and, cuddle it.
A giant body pillow.
Oh, on that note, is my chef's
Lorien
hat done too?
Oh, that's right, your cool mushroom
hat. You were making one out of a mushroom, weren't you?
Yes, it was.
God damn it, you're making all these wacky items that I can never...
You gave them to me.
You did give them.
I did.
Curse my own sudden but inevitable betrayal.
There was nothing magical about that, was there? Or was it just a hat?
It's a hat that makes me immune to poison.
Oh. Roll me a D100 and roll high.
The opposite is that you slowly become a spores druid.
73?
High enough! Yes, it is ready to pick up.
Cool. I have a chef's hat now.
Well, there you go. That's the disadvantage. Is you slowly turn into one of those mushroom people from Dark Souls that roundhouses you when you walk by.
Yes. Well, if everyone's sorted out gear-wise.
I was just making stuff for people.
Cool.
And I will be performing until we're all ready to go, just to earn extra gold for whatever.
Yeah, and you'll check in with the alchemist as well and provide stuff that is needed, and also after attending to the restaurant each evening, probably goes on guard duty until he hears something different.
I'm doing my part.
Alrighty. So Lorien is content to basically wait for Gwir to get back, right?
If it takes too long, I can send Saramir instead, but yes, Lorien is going to stay put, and I'm going to have somebody else go up the mountain.
Yeah, she does take a while. It's probably 3 days until you get a message ahead, get a letter ahead.
Would it be easier
naturally
to just use the other one then?
She is already on her way back.
I could send her a message, like the next day, after we get back.
Easiest.
Yeah. You get a letter 3 days into your waiting saying that she has received your information and she is traveling back as quickly as she can, which involves a combination of carriage, simple marching, and other means that spies have to travel that we won't go into. But she has an ETA of about another 5 days, so all up your waiting time would be about a week.
You've already waited 3 days.
So that's
a week including that 3 days.
Alright, go ahead and message her and tell her to head back. That's going to take too long. This sounded like it was time sensitive.
Okay. Yeah, the next day I would send a message to Greer.
Guier Yentris.
I'm just trying to figure out what I'm gonna say and how many words.
You would have met her before.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out what... I should have enough words. You are ordered to return as soon as possible.
No. She can go back to what she was doing.
Okay. You can go back to what you were doing.
It's going to take too long. It sounded like going up the mountain was important, and I was trying to get them switched out, but this is going to take too much time.
You can go back to what you were doing. Other arrangements have been made. Does that sound right?
Close enough.
Okay. And that'll be the message she sends?
She immediately replies with...
That's gonna cost you.
Alright. I'll find some way to pay you back.
You always do.
Guier does reply, saying something like, understood. If requested, let me know. I will be... I'll attend the lady's side post-haste. Report is filed. Will be with you in the next 10-day rabble. She fills out the rest of the words with something that she thinks will be useful.
Alrighty.
And I will relay what she said then.
Yep. That's not helpful, so I'll recruit my other retainer into going up the mountain.
Yeah. Do you want to actually roleplay that out, or do you just want to swap into it next session?
No, we don't have time for that right now, so...
Yeah, that's fair.
She can just be ready to go next session. We ate up too much time today.
Sounds good to me. And as you say, we are pretty dang close to the ending point anyway. So, why don't we start to wrap it up then, friends?
Last question, did we level up for killing a frost giant?
They are worth 3,900 XP.
That nothing.
Them, along with the Sovereign Camp that you killed, and the Wizard, and everything else I've been dragging you along with. I see that fucking smile, Frost. Rein in your enthusiasm, gosh.
I have plans that involve murder now, so I can do it. Yeah.
Yeah, level up to 6.
Hope y'all enjoyed those move half your movement speed and gain temps, because they're going away and never coming back.
Oh no.
And now I have to double the HP of fucking everything because suddenly Eldro can deal damage.
Hey, I can deal up to 8 damage, thank you very much, because Vicious Mockery is my most hit ability. I can't even stab people who are backed up against the wall better. I guess guy tripped and fell. It's a crit. It's 1 and 1. Fuck!
I can inflict wounds. That's the only damaging spell I ever prepare. I mean, I have spiritual weapon, but I don't use it.
At one point in time, you did have guiding bolt, I think.
Yeah, like when we were like level 2.
I mean, spiritual weapon's a bonus action.
Yeah, but I don't want to waste a.
It's okay. I was actually going to go.
I would rather warding bond than spiritual weapon.
Alright, well that's the end then. Good job everybody tonight.
Yeah.
Thank you all for watching. all of the new follows and people in chat. You're fabulous and we love you. And let's see if anybody's on. I think some people jumped in or started streaming while we were going. Let's see if they're still up. Valdrian's probably wrapping up soon too, but why don't we go ahead and raid them anyways? They're playing Defiant, so if you enjoy fun demigod action, Defiant is the game for you. We'll be back tomorrow for Starfinder and Space Boobas.
USS Space.